What's up, Trader's Edge? It's Mark Sebastian, your only option, and this is your look at what's been happening. And boy, what has been happening. Today, I'm going to break down everything that's been happening in the market, including Wednesday's crazy action. I'm going to give you a look ahead at a couple more events that I'm watching closely, and we'll talk a little bit about the volatility index. So with that, let's dig in. Do you guys remember last week, I want to say about this time, I was telling you guys that the spread between the Dow and the S&P and the Qs had absolutely blown up. It was incredibly high. At the time, on the 9th, the Dow was up about 4% over the last 3 months. The S&P was up 11%, and the Qs were up almost 17%. Well, now, take a look. The Qs are up about 13. The S&P is about where it was, but look at the run the Dow has had. So we've seen that gap closed. So now what happens next? Well, now that money is rotated into the Dow names and things have pretty much caught equilibrium, the market needs to make a decision. My take is that there may be more downside. So let's look at SPX here, and I want to show you what I'm watching. So the S&P has not closed below the 21-day moving average since May 2nd. I think that's coming. The 21-day moving average is around 55.30. That's the level I'm targeting. Not a huge, just another 1% down from here. I think that could certainly be in the cards. Qs, they actually did close below the 21. First time in a while. Again, we got to go all the way back to May 2nd. They may be targeting the 50-day because we still have some downside in some of these big names. Apple could drop another $5, $6, $7, $8 to get to the 21-day. Google still looks relatively strong, although it ended up below its 21-day. So there's still room for these names to potentially drop a little bit. NVIDIA got absolutely smoked. It's heading for its 50-day, which is about $2 lower. So there's a little more downside, I think, before we run into some resistance. I'm liking the market to continue to drop. Now, the one area where I think things are overbought, believe it or not, the diamonds went from underbought to overbought in a matter of a few days. There might be one more update here. I think the IWM has already reached there. I'm liking the IWM, which is the Russell 2000, to pull back. This is a name that I think we're probably by Friday going to see 215-ish, something along those lines. I don't know that we're going to fall all the way back to 200, but wow, this thing closed at multiple standard deviations away from any of its moving averages on Tuesday. It's overbought. I'm looking for the Russell 2000 to potentially pull back. Let's talk about the news that I'm keeping an eye on, and the big one is Taiwan Semiconductor. They report on the morning of the 18th. That's Thursday morning. Looking at the earnings, normally they price in about a 3.77% move. Look at the move that's currently implied, 6.38. So they're pricing in a major move here. If Taiwan reports bad earnings, that is what I think could really pull the major averages lower, especially the triple Q. Taiwan Semiconductor misses. We could be at this 50-day moving average faster than you can blink. We closed almost down 3% on Wednesday. Another 3% down over the, would get us near that 50-day moving average. That might be about where we're targeting. Let's look at VIX, because VIX heated up. Now, it didn't close on the highs, but it didn't really get a big push lower. The VIX futures curve, the July futures expired this morning. So you're really looking at August. August is trading right on top of VIX. I think, this looks like it might head into, at a minimum, partial backwardation. Markets look like they're ready to exhale, let a little steam out. I don't know that it's going to be some major sell-off, but we rallied so hard so fast that I would not be surprised to see things continue to pull back a little bit. I might wait a day to short the Dow Jones, but do I have a problem being short the S&Ps here? No. I wouldn't go crazy short. It's interesting that we closed basically on the lows from the 11th. We break out of that. That's where we get that 21 day, another 1% down. That's in the cards. I don't know that we're going to get to the 50. That's all the way down another 200 points, but it could happen. What I'm not looking for is a crazy sell-off back below 5,000, but maybe a dip to 5,400, something along those lines is certainly in the cards. All right, folks. Hey, Leisha on Wednesday had a phenomenal presentation that she's going through. She issued a new scanner, talked about changes in her service, talked about how she finds trades. Totally worth your time. If you missed it, make sure you check out the replay. The replay is right here in this email. If you're watching me on YouTube, like, subscribe, ask me a question, and I'll get to it. All right, folks, I am Mark Sebastian. I am your only option. I hope you have a great day.